If my boss makes jokes about my body, is there anything I could do to make him stop and still keep my job?
How does your boss look like? Because if you show me a picture, I can give you some good comebacks. Maybe make fun of him, and then he'll stop if yours is better, you know what I'm saying?
What if my teacher makes jokes about my body?
I think at that point, I mean, we all know, if a teacher makes fun of a student's body or anything just negative, that's totally uncalled for, I think. So at that point, I think you really should just talk to the principal. Or, you know, somebody higher up.
Her boss is making comments about her body. If she's an adult, there's a different way to handle it than if it was a child who had a boss, like she's 16 and she's working at Jack in the Box, and some guy makes some off, color comment. I believe that a teenager wouldn't be in a position to, fight them one-on-one or make a comment or something because she may know their job. In that case, I would say, call someone, your father or someone bigger than them that could say, hey, this is not correct. And also, you should know your legal rights, because a person can make up some excuse of why they're going to fire you because, you're not playing ball and so forth. So I would think go to someone that could help you, that is an adult, that would handle it for you so you wouldn't be put in that position.
I always feel like as a woman, it's important whether you're 16 or 26 or 36. If you feel like someone is making an inappropriate comment to you, it is very acceptable and in fact encouraged, unless you feel your life is in danger or something's at risk, for you to say, look, I don't think that's funny, or that makes me uncomfortable when you say that. It makes me uncomfortable when you look at me like that. Just to put the person on notice that it's not okay, because sometimes people don't catch the cues. If you don't vocalize that something they're doing is off, then they oftentimes continue to do it. As far as your job is concerned, one, you should not ever be fired because you have spoken out against what I know to be sexual harassment. You have the right to work in an environment that's safe, that's productive. People are not going to offend you. And what I would recommend in those situations is going to someone, a supervisor, and telling them that there's something going on in the office, and make sure that you document it. If the person harassing you is your supervisor, then that is where you have a problem, and I would encourage you to speak to someone outside of the workplace. There's usually a system in place where you can seek out help from someone who is not necessarily in that restaurant, but maybe a branch officer or something like that. But most of the times you do have options, but I don't encourage people to not speak on it. Sexual harassment is unacceptable in all places and in all forms, and you should certainly do your best to stop it.
At the unusual risk of sounding serious, I think that the term sexual, harassment, this is for the young men in the audience, it's always projected as being towards women. We had 2 women speak right now, and they sexual harassment goes for guys too. You know what I mean? If it happens, that's exactly, it happens to me all the time, and I had to tell the guys at my job to stop. But fellas, it goes for you too. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you a punk, to feel sexually harassed. And in some groups you can feel like a stud, but wrong is wrong. So my thing is, if you feel uneasy at your job, fellas, it's okay for you to report too. Sexual harassment is not just for the female folk. Guys can be sexually harassed too, if you're lucky enough.
Most organizations have something internal, but outside, within the City of Los Angeles Personnel Department, any organization that employs employees for the City of Los Angeles, you can call them and report this type of activity. And at the next level, at the state level, you have EEOC, I believe. They're a sexual harassment coordinator. So there's 3 different levels right there within the public sector. Now, if we're talking about a private sector organization, I guarantee they'll have somebody out of human relations that you could call to report this. If not, then you take it to the next level, which at that case would probably be somebody from the state.
You want me to speak, I'm speaking, want me to reach, I reach, don't want me to teach, I'm teaching, want me to beast, I'm eating.